Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. No? Oh well, singing's not for everyone, I guess. Hiya! Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to review Beauty and the Beast. Came out in 2017, directed by Bill Condon. A film I've been really looking forward to. It's not something where the original Disney classic had, held a place in my heart. It wasn't something I grew up with, so I'm not particularly emotionally attached to the original. So no real difficulties for me in separating what came before from what came now with this new live action. So this is the latest in a series of live action remakes following other films such as Cinderella, Jungle Book, Maleficent, etc. And it's following a trend that Disney is now doing, going back to their old animated classics and remaking them. So I think we've got other things coming up, a lot of suggestions where Disney should go next. I think certainly looking at Aladdin is going to come out next. So it's something that I think we can continue to see from Disney as they go forward. Now I've liked a few of these so far. I didn't like Maleficent. I thought that was not much really to recommend it. But I did really like the Cinderella one. I thought it was lovely. Cinderella I thought was great. Jungle Book was technically magnificent. It didn't grip me. It didn't really sort of emotionally connect with me. But as a spectacle on the screen, it was absolutely stunning. It did things I didn't really expect to see in a film, and that was it's commendable. Let's put it that way. So Beauty and the Beast, like I said, directed by Bill Condon. It stars Emma Watson and Dan Stevens, two great British people, who are surrounded by a wider cast of also other great British people, who provide a lot of backdrop to the animated objects that are within the Beast castle. I'd heard a lot about the way the Beast CGI maybe wasn't up to much in the film. I thought it was fine. I thought it was certainly passable for what you were looking for from this particular film. I didn't get any. I wasn't thrown off by it. Let's put it that way. It wasn't Tarkin in Rogue One, which at times really threw me out of it. You're looking at a sort of a fictional character. You're not trying to pretend that this is someone that's really, really real, like a human. So maybe that uncanny valley thing isn't quite there in the same way that it was with Tarkin in Rogue One, or Leia for that matter. But I really liked it. I thought the beasts came across really well. Didn't seem overly scary, I have to say that, which was probably good if you've got kids going to see the film anyway. Emma Watson is a delight. As always, she's wonderful to watch on screen. She's captivating. Her performance was really excellent. And the singing was fine. Nothing, let's say, particularly great about the singing, but also there wasn't anything that really sort of distracted from the quality of what was going on within the film. I think everything was really very good. A couple of films where you've got people singing that I thought was quite bad would be, let's say, Les Miserables, where I thought Russell Crowe's singing was appalling. And one of the worst ones ever, which is Pierce Brosnan in Mamma Mia. Now, personally, it pains me to admit that I've seen parts of Mamma Mia, because for me that film is a travesty. But I have to say that having seen it and seen his singing, I'll appreciate anything that someone does which is in tone, in tune, and is passable or more. And this was right up with like La La Land singing, so it's not anything that's going to blow you away. So I liked it. I thought it was a great film. I think it has a lot to recommend to younger audiences. It's not particularly scary. There are a few bits and pieces in it that are maybe a little bit daunting, and perhaps some younger people would be a little bit frightened by some things that happen, but for the most part it was all good sort of PG type stuff, what you'd really expect from Disney. So I gave the film an 8 out of 10. I think it is, I know it's a very beloved film, it's obviously going to make an awful lot of money. I felt it was very presentable, it had a lot to recommend it, it ticked all the boxes, it did everything they'd done previously with the likes of Cinderella. I think I like Cinderella a little bit more than I do Beauty and the Beast, but it's really close. So 8 out of 10. Have you seen Beauty and the Beast? What did you think of it? Better or worse than the original? I've seen the original. But like I said, I'm not emotionally attached to it, so for me, there wasn't anything going into this film where I was doubting whether I'd enjoy it or not. For me, it was just going to be an open experience, go in there, have fun, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. So leave me some comments down below. As always, you can like, share, subscribe here on the channel. And if there's anything you want to talk to me about, anything you want to get in contact with me about, then please feel free to do so. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, thanks so much, and until next time, bye! Bye!